following a total communication blackout in Barbuda as a result of the passage of Hurricane Irma. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Browne, was chartered to Barbuda to make preliminary assessments of the damage. Prime Minister Browne also confirmed that tragically, a child died after her mother tried to escape a damaged home in Barbuda.
What I saw was heart-wrenching. I mean, absolutely devastating. In fact, I believe that on a per capita basis, the extent of the destruction in Barbuda is unprecedented. And it is unprecedented based on the type of storm. I mean, Hurricane Irma would have been easily the most powerful hurricane to have stormed through the Caribbean. And it is extremely unfortunate that Barbuda was right in its path. And from my observation, having done an aerial survey, I would say that about 95% of the properties would have suffered some level of damage. They would have lost at least a part of their roofs. Some have lost whole roofs. Some properties have been totally demolished. It is absolutely heart-wrenching. You know that we are threatened now potentially by yet another storm, Hurricane Jose. And if that is the case and it's coming our way, then clearly we will have to evacuate the residents of Barbuda. In fact, I'm of the view that as it stands now, that Barbuda is barely habitable. And if we have yet another storm coming in a matter of days, we will have to make special arrangements to evacuate all Barbudans and bring them over here until we can restore some level of normalcy. But within the next, I'd say, 18 hours, we intend to mobilize a significant amount of resources to send over to Barbuda to provide some temporary relief.
Hours earlier, Browne had put out a statement saying that the neighboring island of Antigua had weathered the most powerful hurricane ever to storm its way through the Caribbean. He said no lives had been lost, infrastructure had stood up, and that the country can resume normal life within hours. But Browne had not yet visited or heard from Barbuda at the time, which lies less than 40 miles north. And it appears that Hurricane Irma, a Category 5 storm at the time with 185-mile-per-hour winds, had caused far more destruction in Barbuda. Prime Minister Browne told ABS News the entire housing stock is damaged. The cost to repair the infrastructure will be no less than $150 million. Barbuda is barely habitable, he said. At least 60% of people are homeless. Even where they are sheltering, they are in damaged homes. The cabinet in Antigua and Barbuda has now declared a state of emergency. A complete assessment is on the way.